No way. Hello everyone. Today, we're playing Core Keeper. If this is a game that interests you, please let me know. As we start, I find these fruits all over what I can only assume is the core. As I swiftly clear them, I decide that it's way too dark in here, so best probably light up the place. After swiftly lighting up the room and then dealing with all the fruits, I decide to start heading to the right. And that is when I encountered my first enemy. After swiftly neutralizing the threat, I decided to craft better gear in order to dig further down. And having been further equipped, my next enemy was a piece of cake. Shortly thereafter, I had headed down further through the cave, and I had found this stash of fruit. After collecting it all up, I noticed I also had a rare one. Then I found this shiny rock, and moving on. After collecting all the shiny rocks, I decided to go a little further down before turning back. And after heading home, I decided to smelt my shiny rocks. Not that one. Yeah. And thereafter, I had placed my... Moving on. After fully gearing up, I headed downwards, lighting up the way as I traveled. Shortly thereafter, I stumbled what looked to be a house? Thinking about setting this up as my base, I shortly realized that I can take things apart, and they hold many resources. So I began tearing everything apart. Shortly after dealing with the enemy, I continued to vandalize everything. However, seeing that the path downward was blocked, I headed up. With what I thought to be not much to see here, I later found out there was in fact a chest. Not knowing what to do with any of the contents, I took them anyway. After being chock full of supplies, I decided to head back to my base and upgrade, both acquiring food and utilities. And I decided to do a little fishing while everything was working. Shortly after, I sorted everything. And having an inventory, I ran straight back down, later finding out that I can make bridges. Heading on over, I decided to explore some more. And that's when I found a new biome, filled with new enemies. Being much stronger than their previous counterparts, I had swiftly dealt with each and every one of them. After dealing with both those slimes, and in no way embarrassing myself, I pressed on, finding another one of those exploding rocks. After seeing that there was no way further down, I decided to just dig straight into the wall. And after collecting as many shiny rocks as I could, I kept going. And after pressing on, I found whatever that man is. After dying several times to this man, I later collected my stuff and just left. After upgrading my gear, I decided to go back down to challenge my new foe. Seeing as how I hadn't immediately died, I figured that was a positive. I had later found out that I was sorely wrong. However, he was no match for my brawn. These guys, on the other hand, were and after cutting my losses, I had just decided to give up. Collecting only the remnants of what I had before. And after collecting some sand, I decided to build an incubator for the egg I had found earlier. And after smelting it all into glass, my incubator was now finished. Or so I thought. Turns out I needed to power it as well, which required more shiny rocks. So after collecting all my shiny rocks, I finally had my incubator powered. With my egg now cracked, all I had to do was wait.